I was like, I think it was like 5 or 6. My dad had like picked me up from school or something, and he had his like iPod Nano, right? And we're in the truck, and he's driving home or whatever, and he's like, Liv, I have a song for you to listen to, So I'm like, okay, cool. So he pulls up Taylor Swift, all right? And I think it was Teardrops on my guitar, and then it was Ours by Taylor Swift, which were the 2 singles on her debut album when she came out with it in 2006. And from then on, like, I was dead set to be like a country music singer. Like, that was all I wanted. Like, I got a guitar for Christmas when I was like 10. Ended up like learning when I was 14. But ever since then, like, I knew that that's what I wanted to do. And so that was kind of my aha moment, I guess. And then, I mean, I'd always kind of like, once I learned guitar, that opened a lot of doors for me. Up until that point, like, I loved to sing. So, I mean, I'd sing wherever I could. But like I said, once I learned guitar, there were different opportunities. Like, I've played with Damon Dotson before. That was cool. He's super cool. Josh Sinclair was another one that I did stuff with when I was in high school. And I kind of just did like little shows here and there opening for people because I couldn't really sustain a full show by myself. I didn't have the equipment or like the repertoire to do that. And I had no idea what I was doing. And then I ended up moving up here, and I like kind of just started gigging probably a little over like a year and a half ago. And I got my start with the Kraft Brothers up like north here in Clear Lake. And I started playing their breaks. It was kind of cool because I'd known that I wanted to get into it really big. And I'm like, well, I really want to start. And I don't know where to start, but I know these people, like this band. So I was like, I'm just going to give them a call and see what they say. So I called them and I was like, hey, do you have any like suggestions for me on like where to start or like what to do for live music? Because I don't know the first thing, And they were like, well, why don't you come to a gig? You can open for us. If we like you, we'll keep you. And if we don't like you, we'll give you some pointers and we'll send you on your way. So they ended up liking me. They kept me all summer. And then that winter, so December 18th to be exact of last year, was my very first gig by myself. So ever since, that's kind of my story.
So basically like a year ago, almost like the day this podcast is coming out, like a year ago was your first show.
Yep, by myself. Yeah, absolutely. I think it was at Tapped in Clear Lake.
Dude, that's a cool place to have your first show.
They've been super good to me, for sure. I definitely had a good foot in the door there. For
nice.
Sure.
That's awesome.
But I'd been like stuff before that. I mean, yeah, like in my apartment, I dated shitty men, so I had to have something to write about,
Well, I don't know. If every relationship was good, I think about like 90% of the music would just be deleted from the world. So,
well, I've always said, it's like, I look at dating in my 20s as like, like a musical investment. Because it's like, you get one really good love song on the way in, and then he breaks your heart and you get like 10 great sad ones. So it's like a win-win for me and a lose-lose for you, dude. Like, I don't know.
That is so